Next up is Neal Wojahn. Hi, I'm Neal Wojahn. I'm an artist and generalist on the Diablo 3 team. I did a whole lot of work on the game, on the different interactives, treasure chests, breakables, all that kind of stuff. And that's what my talk's going to be about today. Clickies, traps, and breakables, or how I learned to stop worrying and just love the chandelier. So, you might not know this. Zavin and Alex, these guys are talking about all the iteration that we've had on the project, all the different features that we've massaged over and tried to polish and fix. But one of the most difficult features that we had were the traps. So in the beginning, we had this idea: wouldn't it be cool if you just kill monsters with the environment? Seems simple, right? There's a dude, you just splat him. But yeah, it turns out that it was challenging. The simple goals. You want to trigger one thing and have it react somewhere else. You want to use tactical gameplay and, feel smart and clever. Yeah, like I said, it was challenging. The fantasy is difficult to chase, and it's a hard way of combating monsters. So how many times in early Diablo would you have this? You go into a dungeon, I'm here, the chandelier's there, the monsters are on the other side, and so I'm gonna walk underneath the chandelier, go over here and trigger it, and then it falls, but none of the dudes get squashed. It made us crazy. This is a cool thing, right? Crushing dudes with monsters, but it never worked the way we wanted it to. So usually what wound up happening, you go through the dungeon, you're like, just screw it, you just waste them. We tried to solve this because we were like, okay, so what do you usually do? You usually shoot the monsters, right? So what if we shoot a thing and then have that hit them? So the falling walls came out of that, but it still would miss. And we're like, well, okay, the falling walls, they'll miss, but that's because they're stuck in the wall. Well, if we can set it anywhere, then surely we'll be able to have the player be able to kill some monsters, right? So we did exploding barrels. But surprise, surprise, you're running around, you're coming after the monster's coming after you, the monster's not running to the barrel, and you wind up missing him. So this made us crazy. We were like, oh geez, there were a lot of conversations about this. You would be surprised how many conversations of all the challenges of Diablo 3 that people would go over and over about chandeliers. But the expansion came along, and lo and behold, it was our chance to kind of have a do-over, to design a better demon trap. So the things we want to solve: we wanted to trigger from a trap, from an attack. We wanted it to be placeable anywhere. We wanted it to be a pure bonus. One of the early on with the chandeliers, it could hurt the player. On my first week on the team, I think one of the other guys killed me with a chandelier in a hardcore dungeon. I was like, what? So yeah, it only helps you, and don't have it upstage to the player. Some people on the team felt like, well, shouldn't I be killing the monsters, not some chandelier? So we wanted to make props that would help you kill them also. And most importantly, they should just work. They should be effective. So, Ruins of Corvus doors. Like I said, I'm a generalist. I'm an artist, but sometimes I get to do a little bit of design. Zavin gave me the permission to work on a couple of the ideas for these things here, and basically you're walking through the dungeon, all the things follow you to a choke point, and on these open doors there's this magical part at the bottom that slows them all down. And because they're slowed all down, you can easily just waste them in the doorway. So, it helps you. The other thing that we got to make here were the spirit totems. Spirit totems are the penultimate technical design interactive trap. They just help you. You go in there, you shoot one of them, there's a chain reaction that sets off all the other spirit totems, and homing missiles fly out and kill most of the monsters. The ones that are left behind are chilled and they don't move, they're weakened, so it's easy for you to just take them out. Well, I mean, it works, right? You think that we would have solved the problem. But just like their talks, all of this done? Nope. You have to ask yourself, what the heck is a spirit totem, really? What is a little floor swoosh? I mean, what is this stuff? The fantasy is completely gone. So we started to question the feature. We were like, man, should we even make traps in Diablo? Is this even worth it? Do people even care? We were really stressing out. So what is life? So when we got to work on the Realm of the Banished, this is early on also, we decided, you know what, this time, let's just not make any interactives. Let's just throw some monsters in there and see how it plays. And, surprise, surprise, the place felt really empty. It felt really stale. And of course, we went back in later and we added those like crystals where the bugs crawl out and like all this other kind of cool stuff. But turns out that traps, hazards, clickies, that's one of those things that you don't notice it when it's there, but once it's gone, you really miss it. We also realized then that clickies are a Blizzard Games tradition. Like all of our games have cool little things like what is it that you click on, or the chat gem and the cow, like all this kind of stuff. It's cool, but it doesn't really do anything, it's just fun. Best example of this recently is Hearthstone. The Hearthstone map, man, it's like, what does this rubber ducky do? Like how does that really help you? How's the treasure chest, the curtain, like it doesn't affect the card game. There's no like technical design of how it like gives you more mana crystals or no, it's just cool. And when you're sitting there playing Hearthstone and you see this board in front of you and you're waiting for your opponent to go and you're clicking on stuff, it gives Hearthstone a sense of presence. It gives you immersion. You feel like you're in that tavern there with that physical board right in front of you. Like you could actually hold it. If none of that stuff was clickable, it would be completely disembodied. So now the team kind of says all interactives support gameplay. Even if it's not technically helpful, the Barbarian feels a whole lot more awesome. Hammer the Ancients feels way more powerful when you can smash a bunch of boxes. Again, what do the boxes do? They don't tactically help you, but it's not important. It's not important that the interactives are tactically helpful or game, although that can be kind of neat. The priority is to reinforce the way the player feels. Again, Hammer the Ancients, beautiful ability, but it really just doesn't feel like much without a bunch of stuff to smash. So we still want to do this, right? We still were wanting to do this. We're still wanting to take a thing and drop it on some monsters. Just smush them. So in the end, we actually did this a little bit earlier in development, but we realized that it was good, that in the end, we just took the chandelier and made there be a % chance that this group of idiots would be chewing on a body. It doesn't always happen. Like, the thing that's cool about Diablo isn't strategy. I mean, it's not StarCraft. StarCraft is awesome. Diablo's not StarCraft. The thing that's cool about Diablo is getting lucky and finding something randomly. And there's a random chance that these idiots will spawn just under a chandelier, and you get to crush them. And that's awesome. Zombies aren't smart. Like, you don't need to like be able to like beat them at chess or something. No, zombies are dumb, and it just feels good to drop something on someone, And so that's how I and the rest of the Diablo team learned to stop worrying and just love the chandelier. Thank you.